What? The rivers of Nihil. Look, Nihil, Nihil, Nawile, Nabile, Nafile, fucking whatever, boys. It's rivers of something, right? And, where the owls. What is it? Speak my name, know my name? Yeah, fucking professional. This album, beautiful, fucking hilarious as well. Not so much that the album's hilarious, just the fact that people hate it so much is what I find hilarious. Now, you might be wondering, he hates this. What are you talking about? Trust me, boys, there's a lot of people out there who really, really hate this album. Holy fuck. To start off with, well, we'll just start off with the intro track here. Now, this track, Cancer Moonspeak. Is it Moonspeak? Yes, it is, boys. Look at that professionalism. Now, this song is dark. It is dark. It is eerie. Some of the samples here just, it's almost like they're coming out of a psychiatric ward. And it just feels like this song is driven by fear and angst, and like almost like the lead singer has some kind of a terminal illness or something, you know? Just like, I don't know. There's a lot of pain here. There's a lot of loneliness. There's a lot of fear. And it's crazy. It's such a good way to start off this album as well. It is beautifully done. Great way to set the mood before the metal kicks in. And the metal does kick in, boys. The metal does kick in with the song The Silent Life. Now, this doesn't have so much Nine Inch Nails influence, at all. This is a proper metal song, boys, and fucking took me off my feet the first time I listened to this album. The bass is thick. It's actually distinguishable. I know a lot of people are going to be like, but the production. I don't care. I think the bass in this, it is distinguishable to me. It's thick. It's tasty. The drum is pounding tempo, and his doubles are perfect. Yeah, fuck off with the stops. I know about the production, boys. We'll get to it. All right, lads, just take it easy. There are these convincing guitar leads, which I love, especially the rhythm in the chorus with these guitar leads. I really love that aspect. It slaps like some fucking Gojira shit, like some Periphery shit. The Juns, the crisp tone, it's just like an earworm of a riff. Even if it isn't technically a riff, as some people would say, it's a riff to me. There's a melodic interchange in here as well, which is really well written. And tell you what, the sax here, it slammed any sense of security I had with this band, with this song, with just the first time listening to these guys. It just soars over the top of the mix. It's like a bridging melodic just sort of element, which just sort of is yes. It's just yes, boys. It's just yes. The other thing about this sax is it bridges the song into another faster tempo. And, some faster tempos I'm not so convinced with in metal, with the skank beats and all that kind of shit. But this one I liked. I liked it, boys. I like a lot of things on this album, to be fair. And I did think the addition of the sax was genuinely creative. I thought it was... a lot of people don't give it enough credit. I feel like, yes, there are other death metal bands. They're not pioneering anything. They're not being especially creative, but they are adding an element to the music which really actually works here. When it's done well, it really actually worked. And it kept me engaged. Otherwise, without that sax, I might have lost a little bit of interest towards the end of the song here. But with that sax, it was like, yeah, I really appreciate the effort. I appreciate the attention to detail, for sure. I did love the song structure here as well. I thought the switch-ups were really well formulated and smooth. Not to mention the progression of each instrumental groove. It progressed nicely. Boys. A Home, the second song on this track. I was very surprised again by the jazz influence and really happy about it, to be fair. The bass shreds here as well. It's distinguishable in some parts, not so much in others, but tasty when I can focus on it. The Periphery-esque sort of gents, the Juns, the whatever you want to fucking call it, they sound slick, they sound sexy, they sound generic, but they sound fucking sexy, alright? People hate on that shit. Again, people hate on that shit, and I can never see why, because this sort of genty polyrhythm, I don't even think it's polyrhythm. Is it? I think there's another word. I know there's some people out there which says you're not supposed to say polyrhythm with that shit. These grooves are catchy, they're headbangy, and they're hard not to love. They're hard not to love for me, personally. The scaled sort of squealing underwater guitar tone in this song that sort of intersects the faster tempo climax here at the end feels really fresh and necessary to keep my ears engaged, just like the sax in the last song. And it's another example of, to me, some really great songwriting. The songwriting here is a little underrated for me. It is actually really well done. Even despite some generic sort of tropes here and there, it is really well done, and they have an ear for making things sound memorable, melodic, and lovely. Yeah, speaking of the guitars, there's this another fucking Animals as Leaders fucking guitar solo at some point, shredding it to bookend this track to make it feel really memorable and drown my ears in ecstasy and all that kind of shit. Now, Old Nothing, the third song here, fourth, whatever. The double kicks on here, they kill this song dead, they fucking slay, they fucking slap, and the thrash sort of skank beat here interlaced between the doubles is hell spastic. There's so many tempo changes here. It feels like some kind of Dillinger shit or some early Between and the Buried and Me, fucking every Between the Buried and Me album. And every break into that sort of melodic wailing guitar solo, wanky as fuck, but I love it. Love it, boys. The wank on this album to me is never overbearing. The skill is more than appreciable as well, and it's always worked in compositionally well, which I really enjoy. Some albums you listen to and the technical aspect can drown out the melodic aspect a bit too much, but not here. But yes, the next song, Subtle Changes, more tasty, thick bass lines. Speaking of bass lines, pardon. Oh, what's that song from? Not the song, but, you know, that scene from, you know what I'm talking about, The Wolf of Wall Street, yeah. Okay. If I only had Leonardo DiCaprio on this chair over here, then I could really get into it. But anyway, not saying I'm Matthew McConaughey, but, you know, I'm an Aussie Matthew McConaughey now. But anyway, so yes, there's these thick, tasty bass lines here in the groove. They're so smooth. There's some jazz fusion because why the hell not, boys? Why the hell not? There's some organ chords going up and down. Well, what else do chords do, right? But they're going up and down almost as like a foreshadowing of some shredding guitar solo to come. And the vocals are all-encompassing here. They're deep, they're cavernous, they're fucking beautiful, mate. Beautiful. And yeah, boys, the cheeky sax is back into the fray. He's come back and he's wailing about it. Fucking beautiful, boys. Beautiful, mate. And some of the transitions, to be fair, in this song, I felt were a little silly. Just a tiny bit. But the shredding holds no bounds. Woo! Terrestrial winter. No, not winter. Weather. Terrestrial 3, in fact. Oh, fuck me. That's some extra attention to detail. There's 3 of them. There's 3 terrestrial. This is the 3rd one, you see. Yeah. I like some of the attention to detail into the intro of this track, especially with the cool layered samples. Sort of flesh out the atmosphere here really well. The sax is also, again, a necessary element to keep my ears engaged. It's got some cinematic sort of synth leads, almost like Hans Zimmer. It seems to be in every movie sort of build-up scene before some explosive shit happens. It just felt very sort of cinematic and like I'd heard it before from like 10 movies. I mean, this song, in so many ways, especially as a breakup, it could be in so many Michael Bay movies. Like, maybe that's just me, but, you know, just I can imagine Michael Bay movie with this song over the top of some Transformer shit. There is a lot of feeling to the synths here. I think there's this is well done, to be fair. To go away from this sound and to actually do it well, kudos to you. Fucking kudos, boys, because the industrial textures here really sort of caved me in and immersed me here. It was really well done. And it also progressed organically before just sort of truncating itself and basically just sort of shooting itself in its own foot and just being like, yeah, fucking this is good. Let's cut it short for no particular reason. Not even, you know, there we go. But yeah, still though, it's a great interlude. And again, this shows to me their fucking songwriting chops here, boys, because they could have so easily have just cut this out and just had the last song here. But then you don't have that break. You don't have that interlude. You don't have some sort of sense of, I don't know, some cavernous, just sort of ambient droning passage or anything like that. And just to do that before the last song, which obviously, you know, most last songs are really epic. They're really, like, there's a lot of solos, there's a lot of technicality, there's a lot of great songwriting. And so you want to keep your listeners' ears engaged here. And so to add that sort of interlude in shows me, again, just, you know, how much attention to detail they've got here in the album listening experience. So yeah, this album finishes on Hollow. It's got this catchy junt. I say junt now. I like junt. It's got that catchy Jun breakdown to it. Fucking beautiful Jun breakdown. This is something I want to fucking head back to. But I really love the guttural sort of trash can guttural vocals here. The drummers fills, they never stop. They're fucking interesting as fuck. There's some periphery cleans in the background here as well. And need it be said how good the guitar solos here are. Oh, there's another one on this song which leaves no prisoners behind with its cosmic weight, so to speak. Cosmic weight. Yeah. And of course the song ends in some sort of scaly, wheeling, tremolo pick guitar leads and some johns, of course. There's so many johns here. There's so many chugs in this album in general. And yeah, some immaculate doubles as well. And that's it. Yeah, that's fucking it. It felt like it was over, this album. Before I could even eat a fucking cupcake over here. Oh, I should bake cupcakes. Or brownies, or moist date loaves, or moist, yeah, boy, that's mo. No. But yeah, so with this album in general, some Fallelujah, fucking whatever they're called, some influence from there maybe, some periphery influence, obviously some jazz sort of fusion death metal influence like Atheist maybe. But yeah, a lot of chugs, a lot of johns, a lot of gent. No, gent's not a subgenre. Gent's not a subgenre. Blank with a subgenre. But the production, I do like. Yes, I do. Now, even though it's compressed, and as soon as, you know, it goes into the higher tempo changes, the drumming obviously is devoid of the impact that it could have. Obviously, it feels flat in some instances, and yes, it is not perfect by any means. No, it is not. Again, like, yes, there is sound being drowned out, but still though, I don't think that because they're not polishing a turd here. You know, when you do production stuff, you know, it's like polishing a turd. Someone says, like, there's only so much you can polish a turd, right? Well, this, to me, doesn't feel like a turd in terms of melody, in terms of songwriting, or anything like that. And yes, they did the exact opposite here, maybe, of like, polishing the turd. But it's not a turd, boys. It's a fucking pear, or a fucking an orange, or a watermelon, whatever. It's something better than a fucking turd. And yeah, it's got some turd shit slapped around it here and there. But here's the thing. Most people don't have these fucking audiophile setups that most people complain with on this album. Most people don't really care. And most people don't even notice. And that's the place where I'm coming from, despite the fact that I've got some audiophile headphones over here and notice, obviously, the shortcomings in the production. I still felt that it was enjoyable and not at all unlistenable. And yes, so at some point in the album, I definitely got bored. There was a couple of points where I got bored. Hence why they put in the sax, boys, because, you know, there's only so many chugs you can do, right? Some you know. And to be fair, they didn't engage in many riffs either. Having said all that, it's still really enjoyable. Still a really, really enjoyable album for me. A hand on my heart. Really, really love this in so many ways. And yeah, 4 out of 5. And I'll just finish my review up on that. But yeah, just hope you had fun. Just subscribe and like and comment, eat pistachios, do whatever you want to do. All helps the channel grow. And I love all the feedback I get. And yeah, boys, just have a good one. All right? Too easy. How long has this been? 24 minutes. Tell you what, fucking... I'm longer than a fucking sausage roll over here. Fuck me. All right, catch you later, boys. Woo!